Hi, welcome to Adventures and Things. I'm Michael Wright, and today I have a great story about rebirth and finding oneself again. It's a very heartfelt story that will probably lead to me weeping minutes on end. No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good story. It will be. It's very heartfelt though. It's good.
Walking and talking, hiker that sings. I'm Michael Wright. This is Adventures and Things.
I came to Aberdeen Hills, or Aberdeen, it's a hilly area. Anyways, I came up here as kind of symbology, if you will. When I first moved out here, I lived in Aberdeen. This is like 6 years ago or something like that. 6.5 years ago, I lived up here, and I used to love going for walks and exploring this area and just like seeing new things. The whole Kamloops and everything was like a whole new thing to me, so it was something I wanted to go and explore. And as time went on, I started losing that part of my life. That part of my life, exploring and wanting to travel and everything, was slowly fading away, and I kind of saw it going that way. And instead of coping with it properly and like leaving the situation I was in, then I coped with it in a very irresponsible way by drinking more and more. And then my drinking got to a point where I was drinking to forget and not drinking to have fun. A portion of my life faded and faded. I started to drink more and more, and drinking really isn't a good coping mechanism. It's just a temporary band-aid that just does more damage than anything else in your life. So if you're gonna drink responsibly. So anyways, I got to a point, it was about 1.5 years ago, where I was not happy in my life. I hated my job. I wasn't happy in my relationship. Just my life, I was in a very dark place. I was probably I was 35 or more pounds heavier than I am right now. And I was just in a very bad place mentally and getting there physically. And I didn't want to die. I didn't want to be as depressed as I was. I needed a change. So I decided to sober up. My friend and I had a challenge. It was called 28 Days Later. And during that challenge, a friend of mine from back in Ontario had passed away. He was an old drinking buddy of mine, and it was really devastating. I knew he was having issues. Oddly enough, he grew up here in Kamloops, but I met him in Ontario, and then later on in life, I randomly moved to Kamloops. And he passed away before his 35th birthday, and it really opened my eyes to like where my life was going. And it was really hard. It was difficult, and it was something that I went through on my own because all my friends and stuff that knew him were back home. The relationship that I was in, I don't know if she just didn't understand like the closeness of him. I had offered him a place to stay and a job and everything for him to move out here so he could help get his life on track, and it was sad. And but I took the positive out of that, because that's exactly what he would have wanted to do, is for me to learn from this and grow from it as well. And I just stopped drinking after that as well. The 28 days have now led into been sober for 1.5 years now. And it was a really upsetting experience in my life, but it was something that helped me grow as a human as well. And that's the same with where I'm at right now with getting out of a relationship several months ago, just like ending it because we were on different paths in our lives, and I wasn't happy because I was putting off my life, and I don't think she was happy because I think she wanted something different in her life as well. So it just had to come to an end. It had run its course, and that's fine. That happens. It sucks when it does, because you've put so much time and invested so much time in a person, and you think you want the same things, but it just doesn't work out that way. And it's perfectly fine for that to happen. It's perfectly okay for that to go on. People grow and change as you move on. I had plans and dreams and hopes before we met, and I wasn't getting those. I wasn't fulfilling those as we were together. So I had to move on and go find that. And that's where I'm at today with the rebirth, and that I finally get my life back. And I'm not saying that she took it, I'm just saying that it had gotten lost in something that was not meant to be. It's okay to be lost in life. There's absolutely no shame in getting lost and being at a place where there's like a random fire pit and some lawn chairs under a bush or some beer cans strewn all over. It's not really a metaphor right now. I'm literally like, I don't know where I am, but it's okay because you can take the path back to where you came from, to where you were happy, and start over. And you've learned some lessons. You've learned what paths not to take and what to do to avoid going down those paths. And that's a huge lesson to learn, okay? You go back to that beginning and you start new, and you start with so much more knowledge about what paths not to take. These are all just life lessons that we have to go through, that we have to learn things. Sometimes you get to a point where you realize that the person you're with, you're just fundamentally different than what they are, and you're both on a crossroads and need to just go separate ways. And there's nothing wrong in that. There's no shame in that. And it's just now about me getting back on track. So I just want to say, if you're out there and you feel like you're going down the wrong path, you feel you're unhappy, you're not sure of where you are, just stop, take a deep breath and take a look around, take in your surroundings, and really just meditate on where you are in life and where you are on that trail, and really focus on, is this path the right path? Is this path going to take me to where I want to go? And that is the most important thing to reflect on while you are out there. Just be aware of what is happening in your life. Be focused on yourself. And there's nothing wrong with being focused on yourself. It's called self-care, and it's very important, and it's something that not a lot of people do. I avoided self-care for many, many years, and now I am taking care of myself. So all I'm trying to say in this video is just go out and enjoy your life. You watching this, everyone who's watching this video is as good as dead. You are going to die. Keep that in mind. You watching this are going to die. It's an inevitable fact of life that we are all going to die. It may seem bleak, it may seem dark, but you need to use that to your advantage and get out and live life to its fullest. We have one life, that's it. Live it to its fullest. So there's like this kind of quicksand analogy, and it was just about how when you get into quicksand, you start to struggle, and the worst thing you can do in quicksand is struggle. So just take your time, figure out a way to slowly work your way out of that and move on. And that's what you have to do in life if you find yourself in a situation where you're not pursuing what you want to pursue. If you're not pursuing your dreams or following your dreams, just take a deep breath, take a look at your surroundings, maybe meditate on it, and just figure out what you need to do. Slowly start working at those steps to get back to where you're going, and life and everything will start working out for the better for you. I promise you this, it's already working out better for me. So anyways, that's just a little life lesson that I've learned that I want to share with you guys, and hopefully you get something out of this. And if you like this, remember you're gonna die, so you might as well like it anyways. So click the me likey button. If you haven't, maybe subscribe if you get some value out of this, or my bleak outlook on your inevitable death makes you be like, hey, you know what, I should subscribe to this guy. Then subscribe, and well, see you later.